Question 6. The flag of Greenland is a rectangle with a circle drawn inside. Here is the same flag rotated. It says, the sketch gives the information you need to draw the flag. So we've got a circle, which has a diameter of 8 units. Remember, if it's 8 units diameter all the way across, that must mean it must be 4 units in both halves, which would be the radius. We've got the distance from the bottom of the rectangle to the bottom of the circle is 7 units. The width of the rectangle is 12 units. Therefore, half of that is 6 units. And the height of the rectangle is 18 units. It says the question is on the next page. What we've got to do is use the correct mathematical equipment to draw accurately the flag of Greenland. Some of the flag is drawn for us. Well, let's have a check what's been drawn. Well, you can see that the large rectangle has already been drawn. The only thing that hasn't been drawn is the circle. So we've got to draw the circle. But not only have we got to draw the circle in the correct place, we've also got to draw it the correct size. If we can meet those two conditions, the circle's the correct size and it's in the correct place, we will get all of the marks. So let's examine what we know so far. Well, we know that the circle is 7 units up from the bottom. Well, the question is, what is a unit? Well, if you measure the whole rectangle, you'll find that the whole rectangle is 18 centimetres high, which according to this is 18 units. Now that's good news because it shows that 1 centimetre must be worth 1 unit. So from now on we can start talking in centimetres instead of units. So what we're going to aim to do is we're going to aim to, on our diagram, mark off where the top of the circle is, where the bottom of the circle is, and where the middle of the circle is. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mark off the bottom of the circle. So let's get the ruler on the bottom of the circle. And we are told that the bottom of the circle is 7 units. Well, remember that's 7 centimetres up from the bottom. So 7 centimetres up from the bottom would be there. The next thing we know is that the diameter of this circle is 8 units. Well, if the diameter is 8 all the way across the middle, each half of the circle must be 4. So this distance must be 4, and this distance must be 4. So now we can mark off both of those points. So if we get our ruler, we can measure 4 up, which would be to there. That must be the centre of the circle. Another 4 up would be there. And you can see that there's a distance of 3 centimetres now to the top of the circle. So if you want to, you can put that on just so you've got all the measurements. As a quick check, let's just check it all adds up. 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 4 is 15, plus 3 is 18. So now we've got the top of the circle, the middle of the circle, and the bottom of the circle. Just write that on if you want. So that's the top, the middle, and the bottom of the circle. So what we need to do now is actually draw the circle. So at the moment we're going to get it in the correct place, but now we need to draw it the correct size. So we need our ruler, and we're going to need to stretch our compass to the correct measurement. Well, when you're drawing a circle with a compass, you don't actually stretch the compass to the diameter, you stretch it to the radius, because you're going to put the point on the centre of the circle, and the distance will need to be half of the diameter, which in our case is going to be 4. So we need to make sure that this compass is stretched to 4. So at the moment it's a bit more than 4. Put it on 4 like so. Once you're happy that it's on 4, you can take your ruler out of the way. Now this next bit is very important. You've got to make sure that the compass point is on the centre of the circle, which we've already said is going to be there. And now we just draw. So keeping the compass steady, If you find it difficult to rotate the compass, you can actually keep the compass still onto the paper and rotate the paper around instead. Some of you may find that easier. So there's the circle drawn. Now at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to check that everything is the right measurement. So let's bring the ruler back on. Now we already know that the distance from the edge to the middle must be 6, so that's right. That bit is correct, and we'll just use a different colour to mark off the correct bits. So that 6 is correct. We should find that the diameter of the circle is 8, which you can see is correct there. So the 8 is correct. We should find that all the way across the bottom is 12. Can just stretch this ruler out a little bit longer to find that that is 12. So that's correct. We should know that from the bottom of the rectangle to the bottom of the circle is 7. So let's see what we get there. There we go, that's bang on 7. So that is correct, and we should know that these distances are 4, 4 and 3. So that's 4, that's 4, and that is 3. Obviously, if you are 1 millimetre out, they will give you the answer. They'll give you the marks. And there's your answer. So it's all about getting the circle in the correct place and being the correct size.